Hey guys, welcome to week 2 of my weight loss challenge that I am doing. It is now Easter, so happy Easter, eggs and shit. Pretty excited about this week. I had another loss of weight, this time 5 pounds, which is not as good as 11 pounds last week, but I still feel pretty good about it. To prove that, here's a clip of me weighing in this week, which was about 6:30 this morning. Third time weighing in, so I have it set at the weight that I was. 303. Good. Hey! That's about right. So that's 250 plus about 48, we'll say. 298. I'm now under 300 pounds, so in 2 weeks, that is not too bad. So yeah, I feel really good. 5 pounds is honestly just about what I was expecting for the second week. I was glad it wasn't any less. I've been doing really well with my portions, with my eating. I said last week at the end of the video that this week's video was going to be about exercise. My biggest downfall this week, and it could have been more weight lost if I wouldn't have had this downfall, was that I did not get to be exercising as much as I'd like to be. I kind of dropped the ball on it. I did exercise a couple times. I went on some long walks and stuff like that. I did not hit my gym at the apartment complex that I live in, which is a total bummer. But I don't know. I will say this. I'll be very transparent. I didn't do as much as I wanted to do. So this coming week, hopefully I can hit the gym at least twice. Starting the exercise part of the whole thing is going to be a big struggle. It should probably be a big struggle for anybody who doesn't exercise regularly already. So I think once I get started into it, it'll feel better when I go in. It'll feel like I'm not just dreading going in or trudging in like I have to do it. It'll feel a little bit better. I did go on a very long walk with my dog, and if you don't know Prim, my dog, she's very, very special, I guess. She's got arthritis, so she didn't really like the long walk too much. She liked it for the first, 45 minutes, but it was like an hour and a half walk to the library, and she's like, "Are we done yet?" And I'm like, "I fucking wish." My dog's adorable. Okay. She's deaf, partially blind, pretty stupid, but adorable. Here's a pic of her, just because. Makes this video a little bit better. One of the other big downfalls of this week that I had, just to be completely honest with myself and with you guys, the big one, like I said, I didn't exercise like I wanted to, but I still lost the weight. A lot of people say that it's 80% diet and 20% exercise. Some people say 70-30. Either way, I didn't get that portion of the exercise as much as I'd like to, so I think that was part of my downfall. But I think the biggest downfall this week was that even though I was doing good with my portions and my meal plannings and all that, I would eat it more often than I would have liked. So let's say I have some meal planned things in containers, and I would eat, 3 of them a day like normal. But then I would, on top of that, be like, I feel really hungry, so I'm going to have a snack. Maybe that happened twice a night. Maybe it was a little bit too much. Definitely trying to watch my portion size, which is good, but I want to make sure that I'm not eating more than those portion sizes that I need. So, I mean, if I am very hungry, I'm going to eat. That's just the way it should be. I don't want to starve. Nobody should starve yourself to try to be thin. That's not healthy. Which, they're all healthy snacks, don't get me wrong, but it's probably not something I would need. So, carrots and hummus, and then I had another snack like, oh man, what the fuck else did I have? God, I'm at a loss. I just know I kind of overate. It wasn't a lot of overeating, but it was a little bit. So that's kind of, I think, a little downfall that I should be watching in the next couple of weeks to make sure that if I'm meal planning, I stick with those meals, and if I'm going to snack, just do it a very, very little bit. And I think we'll be doing a little bit better. Still, 5 pounds. 5 pounds is pretty good. I am under 300 pounds, which is really great. It feels really good because I was at 314 just 2 weeks ago exactly. I've been talking about this weight loss with people IRL, so it's not on the internet, and people have said, you don't look like you're over 300 pounds. I do agree with that. I don't feel like I look like I'm over 300 pounds. I look at other people who are like, oh yeah, I'm 270, and I'm like, okay, I can see, I'm kind of the same build as you. I mean, the scale doesn't lie, so I was over 300 pounds. I think I like to lie to myself a little bit, because a lot of people say you don't look that heavy. I like to kind of believe that lie a little bit more than I should and say it's fine. I don't look like I'm over 300 pounds, but in reality, sometimes I do. Here's a family picture that we got taken just a few months ago. Austin Scherzberg took it. Shouts out to his photography. So as you see here, I am a lot bigger than I typically look, I feel. Maybe it's because I'm standing from the side or something like that. But this is probably the picture that really put it into perspective for me in the last couple of months that, wow, I am this big. I am over 300 pounds, and something needs to change. So this was part of it. I do also, I want to say that I did try the MyFitnessBuddy app that a couple people told me to try, and I liked it for a couple days. You're tracking food to make sure you are staying within the right amount of calories. I will say that I'm not a huge fan of the app. Mostly because I have to be accountable for every single meal, every single food, and a lot of times, the food's not in there, so I have to enter multiple things, and that's great, and I think that's an awesome tool if you really need it. I think I can hold myself accountable to not eat a ton of calories and stay within that 2,000 to 3,000 calorie limit a day. I think I've stayed within that pretty much every single day, which is nice, and I haven't had to track it. Typing that in all the time, it's just not for me. It's just not the type of person I am. I'm going to be honest with myself that I'm already going to give up on it. I'm just not a big fan of it. As long as you can keep within those calories, awesome, do it. I don't need an app to know not to grab a bag of potato chips and eat the whole thing and say, oh, that was only 3 calories. No, I know what kind of calories I'm putting in my body. This is my whole life change that I'm doing. So I'm not going to be using the app at all. If it works for you, awesome. Keep doing it. Just not for me. I will say as well that this is about the time that it'll probably get a lot harder because the weight loss will be in smaller increments. So first week, 11 pounds, awesome. This week, 5 pounds lost. That's great. I don't imagine next week is going to be much more than 2 or 3, and then even smaller the weeks after that, maybe 1 pound or 2 a week. And that's fine. That's a healthy weight loss. There's going to be some weeks where I stay the same. There might be a couple weeks where I gain a little bit. That happens. But I'm excited to see where that goes. I know it's going to get a little bit harder, and the motivation is going to go down a little bit. Just because of that smaller weight loss increment, and I'm going to have more cravings. Already, I have thought about so much food. Some big ones is a Chinese place by my house. The best golden chicken they have. It's the best. If you're not on a diet and you want to come over and eat it in front of me, I actually recommend you do it because it's so good. Golden chicken. And I believe it's at a place called Golden Walk in Bloomington. That's what I've been craving a lot this last week. I haven't had any cheat days. Next week, my video will probably be about cheat days and how I did and see where I'm at with that. It will affect my weight loss. I'm not going to lie to you there. But I'm going to be very careful with my cheat days. Today is Easter. I'm going to go to my mom's house. She made up a bunch of food, but we're all on diet, so she kept it pretty healthy. But I'm going to eat a lot more than I typically would in a day. I'm going to have this cheat day, and I know that I'll probably go get some pho later because I've been craving that as well. Not super unhealthy. I'm going to have, one big bowl of it. Not too many calories, but a lot of sodium. That's going to be my cheat day thing this week. If something changes, I'll let you know in the next week's video. But that's going to be the theme of next week's video, is just cheat days in general and, how it's working for me and what I think would be a good amount of cheat days and how you should go about it. So tune in next week if you want to check that out. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Give this a thumbs up if you want to. In the next few weeks, once I start hitting the gym more, once I keep on this diet a little bit more, I think getting into the swing of things, it's going to get a little bit easier in that aspect. Starting off, it's really hard. If you don't hit the gym at all, it's going to be hard the first few times. But once you do it, 3 times a week, every single week, after 3 or 4 weeks, it's going to feel more normal. It's going to feel more natural. You're going to go into the gym. You're going to feel fine. So I think in the next few weeks, it might get a little bit easier in that regard. There's a balance, Like I said earlier, it's going to get a little bit harder with motivation with the smaller weight loss increments and the more cravings, but it's going to get a little bit easier because I've been doing it longer and it's becoming more habitual. Again, you have to tune in for the next few videos to see if I can keep up with this. Who knows? I could be a massive failure. I could gain it all back next week. Easter is here. Boom, deviled eggs. I'm going to have like 12,000 of them. It's going to be the greatest day of my life. This is an invitation to anybody who I'm actually friends with. And if they want to go and hang out and maybe support me, I know Colin, you hit me up about this right away when I put my first video out. That's awesome. I do want to go hiking and camping and biking, all that kind of stuff. I want to do that more often the next month or two now that it's getting warmer. I have all the gear. If you want to go for like, a night, 2 days, go hiking, 10 miles, whatever, we'll hang out. Just let me wheeze a little bit as I'm going up the hills. It'll be fine. Just know that I'm working on it. So if you want to do that, hit me up. But like I said, next week, tune in for the cheat day episode that I'm doing. We'll see how it goes. If you want to see more of these videos, you want to see how I'm doing, I'll be posting them to Facebook, but you can also subscribe to my YouTube. But I want to thank you guys again for the crazy amount of support I got from the first week, which was just absolutely awesome. People were giving me so much encouragement. I've got recipes. I've got people just messaging me that I've never really talked to. A couple people told me that they wanted to join me on this challenge and lose weight before they die as well, so that's awesome. First and foremost, thank you guys so much for the encouragement. I'm glad you're watching the second video as well. Thank you guys for sticking with me. We got quite a few weeks to go before I hit my, what was my goal? 74 pounds, something like that? 74 pounds, I think it was. So got a ways to go for that, so there should be quite a few more videos before I hit that goal weight and see what happens after that. But thank you guys for sticking with me. This has been Sam, and I'm under 300 pounds now. Rock and roll, baby. Happy Easter. Yeaster. Happy Easter, baby. Yo, happy Easter.